Sasha Banks has been one of the most popular mainstream wrestlers in professional wrestling history, period. She's the most accomplished black woman in the WWE. She's been in many first ever. She's a 9-time women's champion overall in WWE, and she's accomplished other stuff in indies promotions such as Chaotic Wrestling. Sasha Banks, just when she first came up, she debuted as the NXT Women's Champion. And ever since then, it's been nothing but, success for her. And as it should be, Sasha Banks is a very talented black woman. We love seeing black women succeed. Very talented. We love her. But as talented as Sasha Banks is, whenever black women are, when we want black women to succeed in professional wrestling, because trust, we do. We want black women to succeed and we want black women to be used. But for some particular reason, the only black woman rooted for is Sasha Banks. Whenever you hear about Naomi, and it's just like, well, Naomi should win this for this, that, and the third, and she deserves this and she deserves that. It's always, no, she doesn't. She's mid. She's been here for years and she hasn't done anything, and she hasn't contributed to the women's division at all. Bianca Belair has been used since WrestleMania. Oh, she's been used, period. But ever since she won the main event, defeating Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37, she has been on a hot streak, and it's been a very great run for her. She's now the current Raw Women's Champion. And when she got squashed by Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, she was still accomplishing big feats. She became sole survivor at Survivor Series. She won the Elimination Chamber in 2022, and she became the first black woman to win a singles Elimination Chamber, and the first black woman to win a match in Saudi Arabia, I believe, a wrestling match. And she won at WrestleMania, becoming the first woman to win the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championship back-to-back at WrestleMania, etc., etc. And the fans and the critics and the journalists and the haters and the stands and whatever are, throwing this headline, these words, this sentence that Bianca Belair is overpushed and that she's overused and that she's overrated. That's been the 3 words that's been used to describe her as of late, and even during this Raw Women's Championship reign that she's having now. Despite it not being booked, to its best compared to her white counterparts, fans were mad when she beat Becky at WrestleMania and felt like she should have got squashed again. And, other black women such as Ember Moon, Alicia Fox, Jazz, Jacqueline, got hate, fans just not respecting their legacies, all that stuff. And so the question that needs to be asked is why? Why is Sasha Banks the only black woman that's rooted for compared to compared to her other, sisters in our black community? And why is she the only black woman rooted for? And the answer to that is colorism. Sasha Banks benefits from colorism. She's half white and biracial. She's light-skinned. And so she's going to be rooted for right away. The whites and the coons, they don't want to see darker skin representation because they automatically see that as inferior. Sasha meets the, standard for how black women should be portrayed in the media. And, because she's mixed, she's going to automatically have more supporters. Whenever a dark-skinned or brown-skinned woman is being used in professional wrestling or just the media, period, it's always an issue. And that's because people just hate seeing darker-skinned people achieve things because of their own insecurities and their own weird, inferior hate that they have towards them. And also, whenever another black woman does succeed that's not Sasha Banks, when Bianca Belair became SmackDown Women's Champion, she got backlash, a crazed amount of backlash, all because she beat Sasha Banks. And the crew, Sasha's fan base, was making the most craziest excuses just because Bianca beat Sasha. I will never forget when the night that Bianca had beat Sasha, and I went online the next day, and people were saying Sasha was robbed, Sasha, deserved to win, Sasha should have won, all that stuff. And it got to a point where they started discrediting Bianca Belair and calling her out her name. And they were just trying to make excuses just to prove why Sasha was robbed when she really wasn't. She had, aside from her not winning at any WrestleManias until WrestleMania 38, she has never been underrated. She has never, got the booking Naomi got. Sasha has before Bianca got this mega push that she has now, Sasha was the best booked black woman, period. She's the most accomplished black woman despite not having WrestleMania wins at this time. And, you know, not having successful reigns until her SmackDown Women's Championship reign on the main roster, singles runs, etc., etc. But for some reason, you know, it's a problem when another black woman is winning and achieving things when it shouldn't be a problem. Bianca is just as talented as Sasha Banks. She offers just as much as Sasha Banks. So why isn't an issue when Bianca Belair is defeating Sasha Banks, you know, to, you know, make black girl magic? Sasha still main event at WrestleMania despite losing. She's still gonna get credit for main eventing just like Bianca Belair despite losing. What's the issue? People are saying, well, this was Sasha's dream, and because it was her dream, main event WrestleMania, she should have won. Girl, I want a main event WrestleMania? Am I robbed? Because I want a main event WrestleMania and I can't, so I'm robbed? Half these wrestlers want a main event WrestleMania. The white wrestlers even, who don't go through anything as far as oppression, want a main event, and they haven't. Black women like Naomi, she said she wanted to main event WrestleMania, I believe. And there's probably other black women who wanted to main event WrestleMania, who are in other promotions or who got released or are not here no more, wanted to main event, and they didn't. Sasha main eventing WrestleMania, despite not winning it, is still a good accomplishment. Girl, you still main evented. You still walked in as champion. You still defended the title. You accomplished a lot. She still won the SB with Bianca. She was trending. Like, she got her moment despite not winning. So what is the issue? And then when it comes to Bianca and Naomi, when they were champions, y'all wanted them to lose so quickly. People were saying when Bianca was feuding with Bayley, people were saying Bayley should have won the title again. Weren't y'all just saying y'all were sick of her when she was champion for a year? And y'all was saying y'all wanted her to lose, and now all of a sudden she should win it back. Why? No, we don't need to go through that again. We do not need to go through that hell again. No, we don't. No. Oh, gee. Whew. I just had PTSD just thinking about it. OMG. And when Naomi was champion, y'all was talking about some Lana should have dethroned her. And it's just like, Lana, okay, I'm not gonna say much. If I say something, y'all gonna get on me like y'all did with Carmella. Lana sucks. She's trash. I don't know why y'all would want Lana to dethrone Naomi when it was her first pay-per-view match and the girl could barely do a suplex and run the ropes. Naomi hadn't won a championship in years, and she finally gets her singles championship reign that she deserves, her second one, and it's actually lengthy. But for some reason, Lana deserves to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. Y'all complain that you don't want wrestlers who are bad at their job to have title reigns, but then you want Lana to dethrone No. That the racism is just showing at this point. And when Bianca was feuding with Carmella, not feuding, had the match with Carmella, people was already saying, I'm tired of Bianca's reign. Girl, it barely started. No, not with Carmella. Bayley. Damn. When she was feuding with Bayley, they was talking about I'm tired of Bianca's reign, and it's not that good, and her reign is terrible, and y'all overhype her SmackDown Women's Championship reign. And y'all say the same thing about Naomi. Y'all overhype her SmackDown Women's Championship reign, and it's a terrible reign. Okay, so y'all don't overhype Sasha's reign? Let's be real, y'all. Let's talk about it. Y'all complain about Bianca and Naomi's reign being overhyped, but then y'all praise Sasha's reign. Before y'all come at me, Sasha's my favorite SmackDown Women's Champion, so let me just be real. Sasha's reign wasn't booked as good as a lot of y'all make it. Y'all act like her reign was the best booked SmackDown Women's Championship reign, and it wasn't. When she beat Bayley at Hell in a Cell, she had a match with Asuka. Great classic at Survivor Series. She had a nice built feud with Carmella at TLC. Great match. And then it flopped. She had I don't want to say mediocre, a decent match with Carmella at Royal Rumble that she had to carry. Because, girl, Carmella. And then she was put in a tag team scene, and then she got a random defense against Nia Jax. Then she main evented WrestleMania with a terrible build up towards the match. But y'all praise that reign like it's the best reign ever. Like, she was the best women's champion of the modern era. Like, she just, held this title for all this long, and she's just defending it. No. Y'all overhyped that reign a little too much, but then y'all want to get mad. And it's not even about overhyping, but it's just the fact when people give credits to Bianca and Naomi, y'all get mad. They don't deserve it. The reign was terrible. The reign wasn't good, and it's just like, let's calm down. Why do you have this energy? What is going on? We need to calm down, all right? Let's sit down, calm it down. It's ridiculous. And then with the The Royal Rumble in 2022, this year. When people were saying, like, you know, they didn't want Sasha to win, I didn't. I sure the hell did not. I'll probably admit that, girl. No, ma'am. People were saying that they wanted Naomi to win the Royal Rumble. And, you know, some people were saying they didn't want Sasha to win the Royal Rumble, but they want her to still compete against Charlotte to make it a triple threat match and have her win the Elimination Chamber. Coco said that. And a few people agreed with him and said the same thing because they wanted that. But people wanted Naomi to win the Royal Rumble because, you know, she deserves it. And the crew, of course, was going on this whole rant like, y'all don't want Sasha to have nothing. Every time Sasha wins something, it's a problem. But y'all get mad whenever a black woman who isn't Sasha Banks wasn't y'all the same ones like bitching and moaning about Bianca beating your fave in the main event of WrestleMania? And then when it came to, like, you know, the whole Sasha and Naomi plot twist war, that crazy ass war, OMG. It was a Sasha stan who started it, right? Right? Am I tripping? It wasn't a Sasha stan. And y'all was just going off the radar, calling Naomi out of her name. But let a Naomi stan come at Sasha, and it's like, OMG, you are terrible. Like, what? Sit down. Hush. Be quiet. It's just like, y'all are so hypocritical. Like, like Nikita Lyons says, keep that same energy. Y'all don't be doing that, girl. Ooh, It's just a mess. And then y'all be loving to use the excuse, she's my idol. Girl, we don't give a we don't give a fuck. We really don't give a fuck. We don't care if she was your idol, your grandmother, your mother, like your sister, that don't give you the right to discredit other black women. Oh, she saved me. She's my idol and she inspires me. That's why I have to discredit other women to uplift. No, you don't. Now, if this a racist, now they racist, y'all, and they trash white woman, be my guest. I would join you in it. Y'all know how I get with them. I would gladly put down a talentless white woman like Mandy Rose. I would gladly do it. Gladly. Because they get praised for the bare minimum. But when it comes to another POC, especially a black woman like Naomi and Bianca Belair, Alicia Fox, Ember Moon, Jazz, Jacqueline, y'all love uplifting Sasha to tarnish them. And it's like, why are y'all comparing black women in the first place? It doesn't make sense. And it makes you look weird. Not different, just weird. So, at the end of the day, y'all need to stop only rooting for Sasha. There's other black women besides Sasha Banks. There's other POC outside of Sasha Banks. We want Sasha to get her moments. We want her to succeed. We want her to get everything she deserves. You know, she's a very talented queen. And we do support her and Naomi in this walkout that they are currently going through right now. But what we're not going to do is uplift Sasha just to put down Naomi and Bianca and Jacqueline and Jazz and Ember and Alicia Fox, Lash Legend, Amari Miller, and any other black or POC queen. We don't condone that. We don't get down like that in this neighborhood around here, okay? We don't do that. So y'all need to get it together, okay? You want Sasha to win? Okay, good for you. But don't you dare. Don't try to put down Naomi because you want Sasha to win. Because that's not okay, especially if you black. It's one thing if you white. Y'all already weird. Y'all genetic race is just a mess. Ooh, y'all's culture. Whatever y'all, it's messy. It's terrible. But y'all not gonna put down other black women just to uplift Sasha Banks. It's fucked up and it's weird. It's not funny. It doesn't make you look cool. It's just weird. Like, why are you putting down Naomi because you love Sasha? Like, okay, you can love Sasha without putting down Naomi. You can love Sasha without putting down Bianca. You can love Sasha without putting down any other POC woman. Like, we don't do that. We don't get down like that, okay? So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say with this video. Gonna make my next one. Hope y'all, support it, share it, like, comment, subscribe, and promote black businesses, and stream Daddy's Little Rich Girl.